roll out for the 1 year. It a go festive, it a go mad, guaranteed entertainment. The place to be on March 1st, 2025 is a none other than Terrace and the Park. Pollyanna's Project present a fundraiser and gala on Saturday, March 1st, 2025. Roll out in your numbers and cruise. Host will be the one and only, yours truly, never unruly, Donna Moore Stewart, aka Auntie Donna Corn Color. MC Molly and Amos and the fundraiser cheer. You will be having special performances by Rosie B, Brother George the Messenger, Terry One Man Band, and many more. So come out and make this an event to remember. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Come out early and purchase your tickets for just $225. After December 31st, it's $250. So come one, come all. One ticket give you a 3-course meal and unlimited drink. What are you waiting for? Book your space now and call Molly and at 347-837-5802. 347-837-5802. Zelle or Cash App 914-733-5745. 914-733-5745. A payment plan is available, so make it a date and don't be late. To miss this is to diss this. Yeah, man, come out on massive on our cruise and dress to impress.
And I need her in my life.
Them a wolf and a wear sheep jacket. A real con artist, one broke people pocket. Them will see all the light from the socket. Them real envious and them bad mind be back it. But let me tell you this, oh no better stop it. Go educate yourself and take off like rocket. Go find a J.O.B. and stock it. Then buy the truck that you know it's not traffic. So wise up and do things the right way. Come rise up and stop the bag of lady. Keep your eyes up, read your Bible and pray. If you rise up, and not for them a dead from one year. Free your mind, to free your mind, free your mind, to free your mind. Cause we're living in a serious time. And you got to say I'm wise up. When you say judge, I get beside us. So if you don't, keep your eyes up. My people with the rise up. Myself, rise up. Nobody make them come divide us. We know the judge they beside us. My people with the rise up. Oh, na. You got to free your mind. Free your mind. Cause we're living in a serious time. Oh, yeah. The steps when you walk in, you must get paid. You want the money and no work no way. Oh, you want free truck and Gucci. You want the answer. Wise up. We need to wise up. There's a time to it. There's a time to it. We say and wise up. We know the judge they beside us. So if you stumble, keep your eyes up. My people with the rise up. Wise up. Nobody make them come divide us. We know the judge they beside us. My people with the rise up. You know, nobody make them fool you with them bag of living. But them one steak and one bag of chicken. Nobody can sell and go do no licking. Just work your 9 to 5, the money don't kick in. Because when you work, then you must get paid. They want a bag of money and no work no way. So how them a free truck and Gucci? They must be named JC or Beyonce. Let's wise up and do things the right way. Rise up and stop the bag of lady. Keep your eyes up, read your Bible and pray. Rise up and look at them and get from one year. Free your mind. In a serious time, you say I'm wise up. We know the judge they beside us. So if you don't, keep your eyes up. My people with the rise up. Oh, myself, wise up. Nobody make us divide us, fight us. We know they judge us, they beside us, side us. No people with the rise up, rise up. Them a wolf and a wear sheep jacket. A real con artist, one broke people pocket. Them will see all the light from the socket. Them real envious and them bad mind the pocket. So let me tell you this, who no better stop it. Go educate yourself and take off like rocket. Go find a J-O-B and stock it. Then buy the truck to know it's not traffic. Now rise up. I know things the right way. Come rise up and stop the bag of lady. Keep your eyes up. Read your Bible and pray. If you rise up, come on, come on, get from what here. Free your mind, to free your mind, free your mind, free your mind, free your mind. In a serious time, and if you say I go, wise up. We know me judge every side up. So if you don't keep your eyes up. My people with the rise up. Rise up. Nobody make them come divide us, fight us. We know the judge of every side up. My people with the rise up. Oh, na, na, na. You got to free your mind, free your mind. Cause we're living in a serious time. Oh, yeah. When you walk in your heart, get paid. You want to walk on you don't want no way. Oh, you are free from and go jail. You want to be
Yes, yes, indeed. Let me say a pleasant good afternoon. 106.9 Positive Radio, Facebook, and of course, YouTube in the house. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon. You're here, Anne Marie McCowan. How are you? How are you, darling? Good afternoon to you. My co host is here, nice and beautiful, and all of that. So I'm not wasting much time tonight because we know, yes, Ruby, I see you. We know how quickly time can go by. So let me get her in right there. Good afternoon to you, my co host.
Hello, how are you, Auntie Donna, and all the Facebook, YouTube, Positive Radio family, wherever you're listening from across the world? Welcome, welcome, welcome to Let's Talk. And of course, we're going to talk tonight.
Absolutely. I want to say good afternoon and welcome to the one and only Ruby Bernard out there in Florida. Welcome, Ruby. And Everton Lager Pipe, one of my greatest supporter on social spaces coming out of Hanover, Jamaica. Good afternoon to you, Everton. Jacqueline McPherson, good afternoon to you, beautiful queen. You're not back in Jamaica. I mean, America is going to kidnap you, Jacqueline. Also, Nikki Barrett, Denise Matthews. Hello. How are you? Thank you for coming. And Eloise Wilson. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon. Welcome, greetings. So let me greet those who are locked and listening on 106.9 Positive Radio right here in New York. Let me say big shout out to the Boogie Down Bronx, Kayan Clark, locked and listening on the dial. I also want to say good afternoon to those who are driving around the Boogie Down Bronx, Mount Vernon, New Rochelle, and of course we're bigging up Yonkers as well. While you're here, guys, go ahead and share the broadcast. Share the broadcast because tonight topic is going to be noise, as Rosie says. All right. So my name is Donna Moore Stewart, aka Auntie Donna with the corn color. And of course, we're into Let's Talk, where we have provoking topics that will evoke your emotions and cause you to say, "Oh, what am I chat about?" But yes, that's what happened right here on Positive Radio on the Let's Talk show. So we're gonna just give you a minute to go ahead and continue share the broadcast, interact by clicking a thumbs up, sending up some love hearts, and all of those beautiful stuff. And while I get myself together, I'm gonna let Rosie just tell you exactly what we're going to be talking about tonight. Go ahead, Rosie.
Woo, I'm in the hot seat.
Of course. It take three and in.
Well, persons have been on the social media space. You would have seen stuff and even your own personal relationships at work, at home, at wherever. You know, we wonder, and this is the question: why is it that relationships don't last as long these days as opposed to back then? That's the question for tonight. Whether we're speaking on relationship in a broad base, but we wanna narrow it also down to the intimate relationship, whether you're married or it's just your common law. Why is it? What are some of the reasons, I should say, why relationships don't last these days as opposed to back then? Because Auntie Donna, you remember all your grandmother and those people? Oh Lord,
May I tell
through
you something,
many
Rosie?
dangerous toils and snares, and
Let
I'm
me tell
still
you,
holding it.
I am not. You know what? I don't have much to offer, because, like some people would have said, listen to me. I may try to make this thing yeah, nice up tonight. Some people said, I am the first to graduate from college, right? I am the first to be married in my family, as far as I know, and been married
Wow.
for so long. So I don't have much example within my family
Mhm.
makeup, but
Yeah, but all right. How long have you been married?
I have been married. Our anniversary is next week. Um, 24 years.
Wow, that's a long bat.
Yes, 24 years. How
And
about
not
you?
out.
Oh,
24 years and not out.
no, son. No, we just a start. Yes, yeah, one
That
tell
is
that.
it.
That we just a
But
start of the thing.
congratulations to you and yours. But you will find these days people married this week and as early as next week. The vows gone through the door. People separate, and you ask yourself, what was really the reason why they got married in the first place? So we
Right,
want to talk about the reasons
right.
specifically.
Hmm.
you know it's a wide topic, and as I said, we're going to speak on relationship in general, but more so on the intimate relationship with your spouse or your husband. Yeah, that kind of relationship. So let's go, because we want to hear. Because I've done some research, and not only research, as I said, I have seen, I've heard, I've known for a fact a lot of stuff. And so I come to my own conclusion, and you can come to your own
I
conclusion.
want to hear your conclusion because I know you have a married before, and
Yes.
you opened the door and you spoke about it right here. So, what
Mhm.
are some of the things that you thought that caused your marriage to fail, your first marriage to fail?
Um, well, I can say maybe deception, lack of respect.
Okay.
Yes, those are some of the factors. I'm speaking for me personally.
Exactly. Yes.
Um, yes. And you find that a person, and let me break it down when I say deception, because I personally am not afraid to highlight certain things, because a lot of times we see red flags in the initial stage, and you feel that you're so much in love that you dust it under the carpet, not knowing that it is going to come back to haunt you in the long run, right? And I say that unapologetically because a lot of people find themselves in this kind of position, right? So, for example, you'd have seen a sign where this person is a pathological liar, but you're caught in the situation and you say, oh man, it will change. That is a lot of us problem. Oh, it will change, or she will change. They will never change. They only get worse.
Right. Right. Right.
Oxyma. Anyway, as I was saying, yes. And as I said, a lot of people see the red flags. For example, you ask questions when you're getting into a relationship. You ask certain questions and you're expecting to get the truth. And when the person responds, for example, because I love to give examples for persons to understand what I'm talking about. For example, when I met my ex-husband, I will ask questions because you have to be direct. Do you have kids? Because I can. do anything about your past. Your past is your past. So if you did have 15 or you have one, there is nothing I can do about it except I work with it, I don't work with it.
Mhm.
But when somebody look at you and tell you, no, I don't have any,
Mm.
you in your head have it as none. And then later on, you see two popping up, somebody calling your phone. You know that so and so is so and so data. No, that kind of deception. I'm talking about things
That-
like this, and
abs-
that will derail any relationship.
Absolutely, because right there you have lost trust. Because
Exactly,
and then
exactly.
all of the questions now starts to come. What else are you hiding? What
Hiding,
else is going to
exactly my point.
spring up on me? You did not give me a chance to say I don't want to be a stepmother. You did not give me a chance. So
Exactly.
what else may I go see that you did marry someplace else and a wife pop out and said, yes, me a first wife or something like that.
Yeah, and I tell you, it happened to a lot of people, and that is why I say to people, be careful. You know, dig deep, dig deep. Although, no matter how deep you think you can dig, without the person coming forward to say or speak the truth, sometimes you will never know until after the fact. But
Mhm.
still, you still see red flags and you ignore them. Do not
Right.
ignore the red flags. Never do that. You know, and think that the person will change or can change. And I'm not saying, because with God all things are possible. That
So that
person
is
can
what
change.
really one of the number one thing that causes relationship to fail, the lack of trust,
Yeah,
and it's the most harmful and contagious to couples,
it is.
it
It
really
is.
trust issue may, include so much factors, jealousy, possessiveness, unreasonable, rigid, it's so much. So when
Yeah.
the trust is broken, that
It
is
is
the number
hard to be
one.
regained. It is
It
very, very
absolutely.
hard. And so the breakdown starts from there. Um, there are other issues that, for me personally, I thought that I should have, call it a day from the initial stage when you find out certain things.
Okay.
But you say, okay, you're staying for the sake of the child or for the children.
Right, right.
And that is one of the worst mistakes. I can't speak now. It's one of the worst mistakes any woman or any man
How
can make.
so? How? Because
Okay,
children came into it. Yeah.
yeah, let me tell you why. Children will grow up. Remember now, you you found out whatever you found out, and all of that, and you're in this thing and you're unhappy. You're still gonna remain unhappy while the children grows. Now children grow up and gone about them business, and you still in the miserable situation. Never live your life to please, for the sake of children like that. This is just my personal take. You don't have to do it for the sake of children, because children will come and go. When them grow up, they're not business with you, while you still in the sad situation.
But you
I
know
say,
what
really,
I'm asking, wondering though, do you think it's the right of any of the parent who is unhappy in this relationship? Should the children be informed? Should the children, be told that Mario daddy, but may I tell you him do some things and me just not trust him, I'm not feel happy in it. Do you
of
think that
course, I think you can, but let me tell you, so whether it's a male or female, some persons can be very, very manipulative, and so want the child to come on his or her side. So you have to be very careful of that factor as well. You understand? Because I personally think that, for example, my ex-husband, he's one of those manipulative type. You understand? I personally think so. And you will cause your child now to be confused as to which side to choose. It's like the child now in the middle of it, wanting to choose a side, whether to
right,
go with
which
his mommy or
right,
daddy. So it's a
exactly.
very subtle situation. It's not a nice place to be. However, I think that when the child come of age, and they're not stupid, you can, break it down in their language so that they understand. But I will never encourage anybody to stay in a relationship, in an unhappy relationship or toxic relationship for the sake of no children or child.
So you would have, if you had had your way, when you recognize this toxicity in within the
Mhm.
relationship, you would have
Mhm.
pack up your children and leave, right?
Long time.
Long time. Okay, okay, okay.
Yes.
Got you. Mm.
Hmm.
And we have a couple of persons on the blog as well. Mr. Alan Doyle over there on YouTube. Good afternoon to you. Joyce
Hey, Sir Doyle.
yeah, Joyce Robinson on Facebook is saying she's in agreement. She said, true, true, true. Welcome our only niece in America, Rebecca Rotti. Janet Braham, she's very busy. Sister Lucy Williams, Ruby Bernard, good afternoon to you. I see Kim Foster came on as well. Natalie May Young, good afternoon. I don't want to pass any of you and not greet you. Ann Eastman, good afternoon. Janet, of course. Tracy White is always here. God bless you. Let me ask you guys: did you share the broadcast as yet? Did you share us up yet? It's Christmas time or Thanksgiving time. It's time to share us up. It's time to share us up. Amen. All right. So yes, I mean this is really a tough one.
Yeah, it is. And why I spoke about it this way. All right, back in the day when like grandparents age, back in the 70s, 60s, you have women who go through these traumas and maybe worse, and they still stay in it.
Right.
And I ask the question, why is it they stay in that situation? Is it because they were more loyal, or they take their vows more seriously, or what it is? So that's what we that's why we ask the question. These nowadays relationship, people not gonna take the crap from nobody. So if they're married today and it's not working out, they are quicker to go as opposed to back then.
So what about working it out though, Rosie? You don't believe that it should
Sure, yes. If
yes,
it can be worked out, sure, definitely.
yes,
There's always that room to for it to be worked out if it can be worked out, because
right.
some just can't be worked out.
Yeah,
Some just can't. It don't make no sense. You fool yourself. You
yeah.
understand? So some of the reasons people tend to marry for different reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Some people married for fame, some people married for money, some people married for just to say, I want a ring like Queenie. Oh, I'm married. Oh. But what after the married? If the man don't want you, the man don't love you, or the woman don't love you, and the woman don't want you, what's the sense? Just to say you're married? So people married for different reasons. Some people opportunity come for you and they say, oh my God, my friend, I'm going to see me and say I'm married. You
Right.
understand?
Right.
But is that really the reason? Why you get married? But
Marriage,
back in the
marriage
day,
is an expectation from most women. They expect
yes,
to be
yes,
married. And
yes.
so the first victim or opportunity that comes their way that is
Hmm.
willing to say, yes, I'll walk you down the aisle. That is
Oh
going to
yes,
take it
it's true. It's true.
without
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
acknowledging that this marriage is
It's
an
a serious thing.
institution.
Yes.
It is not just a mere thing. Marriage is an institution ordained by the true and living God. And if we
Right.
look at it as an institution wherein we're going to have the different layers and, you know, tools in order to make it work, it should work.
It's hard work. It's
It's
hard
hard.
work.
It's work. It's
Yeah,
work,
it's
you know.
hard work.
Hmm.
And as I always tell people, you have to know what you're going into. You have to be strong mentally, as Renita would say, mentally, tactically, physically, emotionally, all the
Hmm.
you better be ready for it. You understand?
I
But
believe.
as I mentioned, because we have to mention the two sides. For example, back in the day, you will find that these women who may be married or their common law husband, would go out there and get kids and they take the kids home to the wife. These women nowadays are settled for that. You understand? And everything good again. Yeah, things like this. You understand? So is it that it was out of loyalty why they did that? Or is it because they feel like they don't have another choice? Or what? Because whether you like it, yes or no, it is infidelity. And the Bible even speak on that. You understand what I'm saying? So what is it that made them stay and go through this kind of life, one, two kids out a road and them carry them come give you and you know about it, but you still stay in it, as opposed to no.
Well, a woman who would accept that is just doing the math. It's just, she's just doing the math, Rosie. And you possibly would consider her to be wise. you know um
You think
all
so?
right. Yeah, I know you're not going to take it, but you
Me-
have
me
those
take
person
it.
who will do the math and said, all right, when I don't have to give him the money if he send go across the stuff in a one picnic there. Make the picnic them come here and we are cook one pot and everybody eat out of that one pot. You understand? Some
Mhm.
women are like that. They do the maths. It's
Well, you're
all about
absolutely
the
right.
numbers. It's all about the numbers for some
So
women.
you're saying it's wisdom then? It's
Yeah,
wisdom.
I mean, yeah, because some women will think, all right, the baby come already, and I saw them usually think back there, it done gone bad already. We can't do nothing about it. All right, you're sorry, come carry the children. And I firmly believe that women like these, and when they're so forgiving to their husband or their, um, usually there's another underlying reasons for them to accept a child outside of the marriage as a child that came through adultery. There's always underlying reason.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Joyce
But
said it's out
one,
of love.
two,
You see,
three, four. No, that's
Joyce said
crazy.
it's out of love. Joyce Robinson said it's out of love. And Natalie Miyang says they married because you need to escape from your parents' home.
That's true too.
That is true.
That is true. Yeah,
Right
you
now,
want to
the
leave my
telephone
house.
lines are open at 718-569-6622. Please do call in. It's Let's Talk, not just Rosie and I talking, but we
That's
want to
right.
hear your opinion because you have great opinions and we want to learn from your experiences. And the
Mhm.
question that is being asked tonight is what causes marriage to fail? you know and
But that's
so
some
we
of the
want to
reasons,
talk
yeah.
about it, and even and for some of you who want to learn, this is a great learning topic, because now you will know what to look out for, the red flag, somebody would say that, right? Look
Yeah.
for the red flag and help your marriage or your potential marriage.
Yeah. And I don't want anybody to get it wrong or get it twisted. We spoke on the issue of trust, right? But when trust is broken, as you said, it's kind of very hard to be regained. And there are other contributing factors based on that very same trust issues because you start losing respect for this person. You understand? And when respect is gone, because for a man will take respect over love any day. Any day. You understand me? So the moment respect gone through the window, you can't call it a day.
That
It
is
got
true.
to take a miracle. You
Right.
can go to counseling, and as I said, I make sure I say it again. If it's something that can be worked out, I always recommend the persons to visit a counselor, preferably somebody neutral to both parties. Yes, neutral. That you don't feel uncomfortable like the person that is known to you is taking sides with a particular, whether the husband or the wife or the man or the woman. You
Mhm.
understand? When you go to somebody neutral, they will listen to both sides and
Right.
draw their own conclusion and give you their advice, their professional advice. So it's a lot of things that comes when trust is broken, and for every action there is going to be a reaction.
Mhm.
You understand what I'm saying? So I don't want people say, "Oh, Rosie is just talking about the man. What did you do?" Yeah, me I go react. Mm-hmm. Straight up.
Mm.
But what to react?
Yeah,
You
and
understand?
also other than the trust issue, also something that can cause a marriage to fail is the different expectation. You
Right.
know, because you may be going into a marriage, and you're thinking that this person's will grow with you, and then some marriage is just one person grow in the marriage. You recognize that you have difference in the things that you like, in the places that you go, and
Mhm.
within that time people become frustrated with each other and get bored and seeking a way out of that as well. So
Yes.
different expectation is also one of the main thing that cause a person to a relationship to fail.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. But this is where the courtship is very important, because during that courtship, is where you're gonna know the person's and likes and dislikes. You the compromise and all of that, the compatibility. Because I personally don't like cricket like that. But if my spouse likes cricket, it's not that I would not go, but the compromise have to come in. You support what I like, I support what you like. But if you've never really discussed it and come to an agreement and so on, it will pose a challenge in the relationship.
Yeah, I
Most
want to go back.
definitely.
Yeah, that's true. Bishop Garnet Walters is here. He's possibly still in Jamaica vacationing, celebrating his daughter. And he says, I am not endorsing infidelity, but children did not ask to be here. The question is, what do you do with the children? And that's why I'm saying, we do, this woman, she do the maths. She is doing the maths. I mean, the children didn't ask to be part of it, but I um understand the
All right.
burden of a
All right.
wife. It's like me have to stay up at night time and take care of your picnic. And
All right.
you
Let,
know
let, and I'll continue on today.
yeah, go ahead.
This situation, this individual, she's in church, right? Have her husband. She has two children for her husband, right?
Mhm.
Now, remember, I said this is not somebody in the world. She's there supporting her husband. She doesn't really work. She's a stay-home mom. Now, the husband went out, got two children, 1 6, 1 12. That's a family. What do you do in that situation? Accept the kids? That's a very hard pill. That is a family him create out there. You understand? It's a family he created out there. I understand that the kids didn't ask to be here. I understand all of that. It's not the kids' fault. The kids are
So
innocent to
these
this.
children, let me ask, were these children born within the marriage, their marriage?
Yeah,
So do they have
yes.
children?
Yes, they have two kids. They have
They
two
have two
children.
kids, but
Yes,
then
but they are
still
older.
having a relationship outside of the marriage.
Yes, and have two other children, 6 and 12. So this is a 6 years gap
Six, it's a
with the
12
same
year,
woman. Yeah,
12-year
six.
relationship.
Exactly.
Right.
You understand me? So, how do you deal with a situation like that?
Are you telling me that my husband for 12 years have somebody out there and me not pick up the rake?
Well, listen, this woman, well,
Because as me tell you now, there's always an underlying thing out there. You know what I mean?
I think personally she was naive. Um, the man,
Feel
let me
better
tell you,
than it.
let me tell you the story because I know about it. The man, he is kind of popular, right? He doesn't sleep out. He doesn't sleep out.
But there's days.
All right. So he works with a particular company during the day and, fix this and fix that. He comes home at night, but he reach late. So the only reason why the wife picked up, because he has this program on the radio. Like how you would have a program. And you now would big up your sponsor. Say, for example, Rosie Boutique. And every time you come on, you big up Rosie Boutique. I don't know if I got do it or what, but for some reason, the wife called the number. I don't know what triggered her to call. When she called, I don't know who so crazy give her the house number. Because if you call a business place, why would you give the person the house number? They don't know who you are. So when she called, it was the 6-year-old child that answered the phone, right? And when she answered the phone, she asked her name. And when the child said her name, the child has her husband's surname. She said, Rosie, man, skip about 100 beat one time. You understand? And then when she started questioning the child, she found out about the husband going there. The husband drive a black Jeep, and found out about the brother who is 12. You understand? So investigation starts. That was how it came out. He come home every night. So in that situation, in that kind of deception, would you accept it as a woman? I Rosie never go accept it
No,
either.
that's a different scenario though than what we're talking about. The first
No,
cases we
first
were,
sister, what about the kids did not ask to come here? Well, fine.
yeah,
But
but not grown kids when you have a life out there. I'm thinking that all right, you get pregnant and you're taking the child as an infant. This is a relationship that somebody
yeah,
went out there and have it. Not only a relationship, but a family that this
this
person went out
is
and create. So, you know, um, that's sticky. That really sticky, and the deception is real.
exactly.
Bishop is saying people must consider consequences before they get involved.
Totally agree.
After every action, there is a reaction.
Thank you.
Amen.
My point exactly.
Yeah,
And let me tell you something. One of the things I take those things very seriously. The same way you go there, you see, and go get a child or children is the same way you can carry a dose of HIV. Come give me.
absolutely,
So I
absolutely.
take it very, very seriously. You know, speaking on that, I remember I went to this assignment and there was this young girl, pretty girl, you know. She said she left her baby with the baby father, right? But she want our assistance to get back the baby because she left the baby in anger. Listen, we accompanied her. When we reached to the gate, I have to break the ice because Rosie jovial already and Rosie can't go on. So I said the man come out with him serious face. And I said, come on, put a smile on your face, man, and try to make the thing, a little more comfortable. And the man said to me, every time I talk about it, you understand, that's how serious life is. And when you see people out there, don't take it as face card, right? So anyway, the man said to me, officer, from the girl tell me, say, this is a safe girl who stand up beside me, skin clean like chrome, pretty brown, From the girl tell me, say she have HIV. Auntie Dana me turn fool now. Because me say HIV, ooh, you me turn fool. The man is saying he is sleeping with 5 different women. Listen the moral of this story. He is sleeping with 5 different women and him don't hear none of them say anything. But this woman tested positive when she go have her 1-year-old baby. The lady said, I turned to her and I said, you stay that way? She said, yes. She said it's two men she was sleeping with, and the other man test negative. But this baby father, he knows every bush to drink, he knows every pill to take, right? Now, God forbid, which I personally believe he has it for real, based on the dynamics. I won't get into it. This man said he's sleeping with five different women, Auntie Donna. Those five women, the man is a trucker. Those five women, I am sure them have a man.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the network, the spread. So I take these things very, very seriously. You don't take things as face card. Yes, the child come is one. But what about other things that may come with it? I
Mm-hmm.
take it very, very seriously.
I agree with you. Yeah, totally. That's scary. That is scary. Yes. That would cause a family, one of the reasons why a
Yeah,
relationship would fail. Yes. Also, another reason is I to talk about is moving through life at different speed, you know?
that is it.
Natalie was saying something. Let me put Natalie comment and address it. Welcome, Janet Graham. Janet said our head is hurting her. Feel better, Janet. Let me get to Bishop first. Monkey must know where he is going to put his tail before he order trousers. Love that one, Bishop. Um, that woman know he is married because there is no way you only can see him in the day for a couple hours and not spending time. Sorry. You know, some man really terrible still, you know. Some man terribly, you know, and they're good at what they do. They are good at what they do. I was in the presence of someone recently and he was saying, boy, me, you know, me never get catch. Me good at what me do. Me never get catch.
Mhm.
Me
The
never
most
get
about
catch.
it.
Them both is like, yo, me never get catch. Oh, me know what time for call my woman. Me know where she dey every minute of the day. Me tag her. Me know she can't know where me there, but me have to know her. And a morning time when me call her or she call me, me always there for answer the phone. You understand? Or a evening time when she call me, always there. So she not think say me I do something. I'm telling you, it's a scary world out there, yo. It really is,
It is, it is, it is.
you know. but
You
but
know,
I did, as I said, want to go to talk about, because we want to talk about the stuff that cause relationship to fail, and one of them is moving through life at different speed, and another one is compatibility issues. Now I want to talk about when one partner is learning and growing at a rapid pace, you know, while the other is stagnated. You know, I was having a conversation today and as well, and she's married. You know, she's married, and she was saying, you know, if she had a different kind of husband, she would have been better off in life. You ever marry somebody and the person no one do nothing for uplift your life? That is
yep,
reason for person to, like, you know, my out here. That's one of the reasons why I made a leave, because I don't want to stay stagnant.
that is so true. That
I
is
don't
so,
want to
so
stay
true.
stagnant in any relationship. Mm-mm.
And that is why you find, but let me tell you, some women are very terrible too. Because, for example, um, a man, say a little farmer, for example, would spend his last plant the little tomato and the little cabbage to send you, the woman, go to school to elevate yourself. And the
Yes.
moment
Oh my God.
they graduate, oh, you're too local for me. You can't take the man anywhere because he's not on your level anymore, but it's the same cabbage and tomato money that send you to school.
Yeah. Listen to
You
me.
understand? So it
Those
is kind
and
of
it's mostly
twofold.
women who do that, you know. It's mostly women when the men send them to school and they leave the men. Bishop said, I love these topics, Auntie Dana. Let me give credit to Rosie, because Rosie run the thing. Me just a follow her. I don't know me take her so well, me not think gonna take her easy. So me always give Rosie the credit. Whatever Rosie want to discuss, me just come prepared. So thank you very much, Bishop. And yeah, I know of and is that way to end a relationship, or that will cause a relationship to
It will
fail?
cause a strain on the relationship because now the man feels inferior to her. And this is the thing now, because you're up here and he's down here, it's gonna pose a challenge. Because you're losing respect for this man because he's not on your level anymore in your head. You understand? So you're not think about bringing him up, and he has a part to play as well, because he should try and elevate himself as well. But
But some men,
sometimes it's what he loves.
yeah, that is the reality, right? Let's talk
Yeah,
true. No, that is the reality. But in real life, it's one person at a time. It's one person. She go school, and me work the money for send her go school and take care of the house and pay the bills. Um, when she finish school and get her thing, she must wait now, come do what me did I do. But most of the time, these women not doing it because now the man is below them.
that is it.
You understand? So that are the real. So sometimes it's not that the man don't want to elevate himself, and some women them just show off like that. Um, it's
Because he has now become too local, and you can't take him to where you and your friends are, because you have to speak the big words there, and the only thing you know about is fork and fertilizer
a foo foo.
and banana. You understand? So it's two different levels, and
Yeah.
that pose a challenge in
So they started
relationships.
out being compatible, but
Yeah.
then one partner has decided to elevate themselves,
Hmm.
and of course that is gonna be a challenge, you
Yes,
know.
it is, and eventually the relationship breakdown. Trust me. It
Mhm.
happens so many times, and that is why you find that even in the news, if you listen to the news, when you have domestic disputes, you hear some of these same things coming out. The man spend up in money, send this woman to school, and then when she's supposed to stay, she gone with other man or something, and so he didn't take it lightly and then react. But can
Right.
you really blame the man from reacting? I mean, it's
Mm.
an investment that there's no returns, no
Right.
interest. So
Right.
it's you taking your chances in doing it. You don't own anybody. I mean, you have to take your chance if you have to take your chance. But why dirt the woman or dirt the man if
Mhm.
they move on?
Well, that hat, that coming like a good
It
bun.
hot, of course.
That
Of course
coming
it's
like a
hot.
good bun. That coming like a bun with heart, you know? And
Yeah.
we
And a
can't
lot
take
of
it
that
no more. We
happen. I'm
can't take it no
telling you.
more.
A lot of
Um,
that is happening
right.
too.
I want to talk about the compatibility that can cause a relationship to fail as well, Rosie.
Hmm.
Let's talk about the compatibility in intimacy. Like he wants it 7 nights and you want it 2 times a
Jesus.
month.
Father.
That can cause a relationship to break up, right,
Yes.
Garnet? Bishop Garnet? Compatibility in personality. You are outgoing and him just
One stay home, right.
compatibility in attachment style. So we can talk about the intimacy, the compatibility with intimacy when him want it all the time and you
And you know, yes, that is true. That is so true. I mean, this is where the compromise comes in, and he has to understand his partner, and she has to understand her partner. You understand? Because women kind of relate differently. Women are more emotional beings, I should say,
yes.
right? And especially when a woman's mind is on other things like the bills to pay, she
Children.
might be feeling sick or she depressed,
Ah,
whatever
yes,
the
yes.
case is. She don't have no time to think about sex. She don't
Right.
want about no sex, but all him want is sex, 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 sex.
Yes.
And I always tell people that on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 to 6 for men is sex. Women, all when they reach about 5, them not reach sex yet. Everything else come before that. So
Hmm.
you have to know, understand your spouse.
Right.
You understand? And that don't give you a reason to go out there. Or you feel like say she's cheating or whatever the case is.
And you know, Miss
Although
Jones says some man can't be with one person. Them eye too long. And Bishop is saying as well, people goes into marriage on paper, but don't have a relationship.
true.
That's the prescription for failure. So it's like, what's in it for me? Male and female alike, and that's very sad. That is true.
It is so true.
This is such
Absolutely
a
right.
great comment, Bishop. Yes, I love it. Stay with us, Bishop. You got great stuff coming in.
So let me touch on it because I don't know if you see it as yet. And I can't believe that people rejoice or want to rejoice over somebody's downfall just to hear something negative. Of course, we all know our Miss Kitty from Jamaica, that media personality. So they were talking about something in social media with she and her host. The pictures, the kind of pictures that she's actually taking, right? She's married to Mr. Wilkins, the QC. And people are saying she never want the man. It's the money. Same thing that Bishop
Marriage
is
on
saying.
paper, yes.
Right, married on paper. But we don't know the facts, but I'm just showing you how people think. Could be true, may not be true. You understand what I'm saying? But sometimes they say, not to stray from the point, sometimes you have to shun the very appearance of evil. You understand? In order to move on. Because to me, the pictures don't look too, you know,
Mhm,
neutral to me either.
mhm.
But to each his own. So people married for different reasons. And I don't know her thing, but people married on paper, just like I was mentioning, like Queenie.
And
Queenie
you
just
know,
want to read.
one factor that we can take into consideration as it regards this topic is that could these photos be photoshopped? I don't hear anybody say that, right? Because because of of the magnitude of this personality,
Yes,
persons can Photoshop um photos to make it look real. We have seen it several times. And that's
true,
why
true.
I don't even follow up, you know,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
hear husband come out and say anything. And then when people hate you in social
True,
spaces,
true, true.
they will come up and do so much things. So certain things, you know, and especially bloggers, they just want to see
Run
something
with it. Yes,
and they just run with it without getting the full truth
right.
of the matter.
That
So
is
it
so
could
true.
be that
You know,
that could be photoshopped, you
that
know.
is so true. That is why I say to each his own. I don't know
Right,
of the
right.
situation, but it is a fact that some people will marry on paper. They really don't know the reason why they're in it. They just know that they want to get married and
Some
they
people
love the
marry
ring.
because they see other people married.
People married. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that is
So
also,
so if you
they want,
don't,
yeah, man, my
then
husband, or when I'm going out. These days,
yeah,
people married for companionship. But why don't you say it in in the first place that this is, yo, nobody expect much, you know. You see, me just married you because you see, when me I go out, me no want to go by myself. Me just
right.
want make you dress up.
Well, other people not saying that. They're
Me
not
just
saying
want you
it.
dress up and put on the nice fancy Ray Ray and Day, and me and you go out. Me no nobody come go on like you want some sex every night because me not in a that with you. You understand? Me just married you because all of my friend them married, and me just want when me I go out, me and you look good, and most of all me want the ring to say yes, me married.
Yeah, and worse if the man have like money or so. you want to roll with that man, or him have a Benz, or you understand?
Not
So you want.
necessarily them women of these days, them work 2 and 3 jobs. Look how much of them work 2 and 3 jobs,
Mhm.
and they have a husband. If you have a husband, you should not be working no 2 3 jobs. One job and housewife. One job and being a housewife. You shouldn't be working 2 and 3 jobs. Because yes, that is my opinion, really.
Well, what if you have a plan? Um, like you working towards a house and you have to take on that extra income.
Well, that's a
to-
total different thing. I'm talking about those who have career 3 and 4 job person because
Okay.
the husband is not working.
No, me
So
not minding no man, sorry. Not
that's
that
what I'm
way.
that is what I'm talking about.
If when I met my husband, he was working and everything, and he falls on bad times.
That happens.
Yes.
That happens.
Yes.
Yes.
But I am not going to take up no worthless man
Mm-hmm.
and take up my money when me have to stand up so much hours for. No,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
sorry.
Yes.
Wrong
Yasmin
address.
Newfield, welcome. I also see Carol Jean Brown. Welcome, welcome to the Let's Talk with Rosie and myself. And Bishop says, two cannot walk unless they agree. Amen.
It's true.
Amen. And that is the foundation of a good marriage. Even in
No, but a
arguments,
lot of times they agree from the initial stage, but somewhere along the line they disagree.
but even in argument or even in discussions, you have to
Mhm.
agree. You have to agree to fight fear, or when we fight, how long is the fight gonna last? Right? Is the fight gonna last 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours? Let us see. Because sometimes, it is healthy in certain cases, just to argue out, because that is one of the ways in which marriage couple communicate. Some people cannot sit down and reason, but them can stand up and argue. That's their communication style. And so
Yeah.
you have to let your partner know, this is how I communicate. This is how I get my point across. And we're not going to take this for 24, 36 hours. Let us done it. Me nah go malice you or walk on another house. That them something they know LT. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Yeah.
But I personally think, though, back in the day,
Yes.
that those couples, their relationships were longer lasting, years, as opposed to now. That's just my
Just
opinion.
think that, like, we just interject this. A microwave cause it, man. Microwave cause it. You
It's
forget this.
microwave.
It's microwave cause it. My husband said again, I may not even know say Carl was here. Carl says you cannot negate the importance of choosing to be with your husband and wife. That makes sense. You choose. And when you choose, it's your power. You choose your husband, right, Bishop? You choose your wife. It's your power. I will understand say things just get sticky some sort of way. But my goal is to ensure that persons can just work it out if you can get along. Go ahead, Rosie.
Yeah. But we oftentimes hear this, especially in church. Pray about it. Fast and pray about it. And God will give you um confirmation and all of that.
Right.
You have done that. You fast or you pray. And when you look, to me, the marriages in church now are worse than the ones out the road. So is it that they didn't pray or pray enough? Or they just say, all right, this is who I want. Lord, work with it. Just ask it.
Mhm.
And then when you get into trouble now, you start calling the Lord because you never really engage the Lord prayerfully. or by the means that what the Bible says initially? What
Mm-hmm.
is it?
Hmm.
Yeah, it's a very serious question
Yeah.
because they are falling apart.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
I don't know. It really is sad.
It
Carly
is
said,
sad.
and culture has a lot to do with relationship failures.
Yes.
How you were brought up, how you were brought up, have a lot to do with relationship failures. But I personally believe that you have to make up your mind that you want your relationship to work. You no matter what come, it says it in the vow. Um, for the until death do us part, you know.
Mhm.
But as it regards to the church, Rosie, I personally don't believe that the church is doing a good job in keeping the family together. The church know that the enemy wants the family, and but the church is not doing anything to keep family together. You understand? And so we have always said it right here that, pastors, bishop, whoever you are, you ought to come up with resources and information. I've make the information available and the resources available to your church member to keep the family unit together.
Totally
I
agree.
remember, and I saw this happen in the church. I saw this happen in the church. I was in church one Sunday, and this particular church sister and her husband having problem, and it looked like they're having deep problems. You understand? I don't know people business because I make it up my business not to know people business. My business is not to know people business, whatever. But anyways, the display was that the pastor of the husband knowing that this couple was having problems in their marriage, and she took it to the front of the church, right?
Wow.
And she embarrassed that man. The pastor allowed the wife to embarrass that man. And and she, because she married him and she gave him a green card. But I know the backstory, just like how you know some backstory. I know the
Mhm.
backstory to this particular situation, and it was so bad, Rosie. I've never seen, and this was instigated by a female pastor who allow our female congregation member who is our friend to embarrass a man, to cut a man down in front of a large congregation. And you should hear the things that the wife was telling this man. And then she come in like she was a prostitute. She used her scarf and I rub around the and I cuss